Da 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 da. I don't know the intro music. Both his hands are brown, and his face is gray, and his face is gray. He took Sharpie out for a walk on a winter's day, on a winter's day. He wished that he could win the lottery today, the lottery today. Lottery dreaming on such a winter's day. He stepped into a 7-Eleven. He passed along the way, passed along the way. He saw a pretty girl beside the trolley bay, beside the trolley bay. He said, "Would you like to date me? If I ask you today, if I ask you today." She said, "You gotta be joking. I just turned 14 today. Just turned 14 today."
I love that song. And hello.
Hello. Yeah, that is okay. That song, the lyrics were written by the great Gertrude Perkins. Shout out to Gertrude Perkins. And so I, when you're presented with that sort of work, you have to set it to music. You just have to.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, p- hello, everybody. Oh, gosh, we got 7 comments over there. I got to look and see who's over there. Jonacide, everybody's favorite little brother. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in, Jonacide. You're probably out running errands, going shopping. Any excuse to avoid us. Yeah, CPT, Robin, every time, says Jonacide. Yes. Philip Blair. Aloha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gosh, it's a rare event these days when Philip Blair drops in. Thank you for being. Did I win the lottery? No, Philip Blair. That is a Von Helton themed song. Um, or it should be Von Helton's theme song. It he because he always talks about winning the lottery, and he has spent Von Helton has spent a small fortune on lottery tickets.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just all the like Todd Malicote sent him or gave him $500.
Mm-hmm.
It was man, I could stretch $500. I'll squeeze it till it squeals, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but it was gone like in a week.
Yeah. What the hell did he spend that money on, I wonder?
The guy living in his car. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, he always talks about winning the lottery. The gods, his gods.
Mm-hmm.
He is the founder of Freedom Religion.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know what the tenets are, but except that Von's he's the leader. But he has gods that tell him he's going to win the lottery and everything he's lost in life is going to be restored. But he's been saying this for, you know, a few years now. But I think they've let him down. What do you think, Prairie Queen? You think
I
they've let
I
him
think
down?
so. It's really bizarre. In the past, um, he used to. It always looked like, oh, this is it for Vaughn. And for whatever reason, the man would somehow bounce back on his feet, or something would come along. Mom dies, he moves into the double wide. Um, Prior to that, there was always a situation. He always seemed to bounce out of it. This time, I think the gods, his made up gods, have decided we're moving on.
Uh, yeah, like you're on your own, Bunky.
Oh, or those aliens that he saw I guess on the ridge line at his place.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Maybe they were the ones that were constantly helping him out and he didn't realize it. But since he's moved away from Kentucky,
Mm.
those aliens can't be following him.
Ye I know, I think that once they're anchored to a base, they have to stay near their
Right.
craft,
Yeah.
and they can't leave. Yeah, are those the ones he calls his little buddies, or are those is that a separate group from the
I think,
ones who, are up in the sky?
oh, I think they are his little buddies, but there's no place for them to land and to be, to seek him to, help him out. And
Mm.
I also heard or read somewhere recently that he might be on the move. And
Oh,
he's
I heard
claiming,
that too.
yeah, and he's claiming he's not going to California, even though some people are suggesting that that's a lie. He's probably just not wanting to give out his new location. But
Or
I
his
don't know.
destination. Yeah, because if Vaughn is saying, "I'm not going to California, I'm either headed north or south." Well, now because he said that, of course he's coming west.
Right.
Why would he
Um,
say, "I'm going," so that people, he's so clever. Oh, he's oh so clever.
well, and when you think about it, to head north now, even into Northern California or the other two states,
Mm,
Washington and Oregon, he's going into winter weather.
heavy duty winter.
Uh-huh.
Hmm, hmm. I
So,
noticed, I think was it the clip for today or yesterday's, uh, stream that Vaughn did. Okay, he said it got really, really cold where he is, what well, to him, 33 degrees, but then during his stream, he had to take his jacket off because
okay,
it was
so well then is he maybe he's still camping out at
the truck
that
stop.
or what is it? That campground where there's no amenities or anything.
Okay,
Um
oh, yeah,
could he
because huh,
yeah,
because
I don't
the
know.
last couple of streams, he's mentioned being at a truck stop.
Oh,
But I think maybe he had said campground because all the truck stops of any decent size across the US, especially on the major highways, they
mhm,
all have facilities like showers, they have a little cafe.
right?
They have you can go and take a shower for heaven's sake. Go to the bathroom, clean up. Some places even have, well, you don't have to bunk overnight because you can sleep in your truck. But
Right.
yeah, and he slipped and says, "Heck, I can go in there and take a shower, uh, here at the truck stop if I want." He says, "I had a shower the other day." Oh, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah.
He
Look
did
how hard it was for J-Dubs to get him into that shower to begin with. Do you
oh,
think Vaughn's going to do that at a truck stop on his own? No.
no, no, I don't think he really knows the drill on how to, like, get ready for a shower, take
Yeah.
a shower, what you do after your shower. Yeah, I yeah, okay, when his mom died, when Von Helden's mother died, and he moved into the double wide,
Hmm.
the skylight was broken over the master bedroom bathtub,
Oh.
and I remember, I think it was on Grampy's show, uh, we were all saying, "Well, no wonder he doesn't bathe," but anyway, there was debris in the oval tub, the sunken tub,
Mm-hmm.
in the bathroom, but the skylight had been broken who knows how long because there was lots of dirt and stuff, and so I would wager Vaughn hadn't even it had been a while since he'd had a bath way back when Alice died.
That is, yeah. I don't think he did. I don't think like he didn't bathe in his own. Um,
I'd maybe he's gone, like, up to a couple of years, do you think?
I
You
think, yeah.
think?
Hmm.
Taking those
Especially
little
after,
wipe downs
well,
with wet wipes?
oh, I was just going to say, especially after Andrea was gone.
Yeah, he probably had to clean up for Andrea. Yeah, and he looked like he
Oh,
had a shower for his wedding, but then lordy, that was 10 years ago.
I think the only cleanup he did for Andrea was his little baths in the sink.
Yeah, his little working girl baths. Yeah,
Um,
okay, so over in the chat, Philip Blair mentions that that was the Mamas and the Papas. Well, it thank you for recognizing that, Philip Blair. It was good enough that you recognized that it was California Dreamin'.
you did
I
good
didn't
on
think,
that, Robin.
"Oh my god, it might have been so good we might get a copyright strike." Oh, no.
Oh, actually, if that's the case, then take it as a compliment.
No kidding. Hey, I've already taken it as a compliment because
There you
Philip
go.
Blair recognized the parody aspect. Yeah, Jonasite says maybe he has rabies and is scared of water. Yeah, yeah, I just don't understand his oppositional, his that disorder where he thinks he's it's a flex for him to go neener neener. I'm not taking a shower.
You
What are
know,
you gonna do about it?
I think it's just that he's that frickin' lazy,
Well, yeah, he's also lazy. Yeah.
very lazy. The yeah,
And much like Shanny for Christ, which I would
yeah.
like to touch on here in a minute,
Mm-hmm.
um, he has all of these afflictions. You know, he has lymphedema in his feet and ankles and
Mm-hmm.
lower legs, and he has what sciatic something, and he has uh, 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 something with his heart, and then
Mm-hmm.
something else with his arm. But you know, he's just sounding a lot. These people sometimes sound exactly alike, like they're reading from the same script.
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so Prairie Queen, have you heard the news? Sort of news. It could be just because this is the biggest time for fundraising or for making your income on YouTube, but it is that time of the year, admit it, you know, that's a
Mm-hmm.
truth. Rev and Shani, it sounds like they have broken up.
Yes, I've
Have
heard
you
that.
been catching that? Yeah, they've done this before, you know, when she's just, like, been in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or he's been upstairs. One time he sat in the car when he was pretending that he really didn't move back into the house after he
Or,
was released from jail.
but
Um,
this is a little different because I'm sitting there, I'm watching him sit in the living room finally and streaming after months of having to do it in the kitchen.
yeah,
And I'm listening and I'm not hearing anything in the background. And
mhm.
the things that he's saying are very ballsy if she's in the other room.
It has taken a whole different tone. He is expressing disdain and disapproval when
Hmm.
all these years, what, for 8 years, he has been her 100% her simp. Yes, Shani. Oh, for sure. And he would like repeat the last half of her sentences in agreement with what over and over. He was like mental. Well, he's still mental, but it's like something happened. It's
You
like
know,
a switch
yeah,
has been flipped.
I feel not that I feel I sort of suspect there's a very good chance she is not in that house right now.
Okay.
Um, Something that I was watching a couple of streams on that when they were interviewing him. Yes, he sounded too confident to say the things that he was saying. That if she was in the other room afterwards, she would wail on him.
Yeah, because he really couldn't do anything without being monitored closely by Shani.
Right. And so, but some of those things that he was saying, and
Never said before.
right. But here's the thing, if she has been removed from the house
Hmm.
and has gone off to the hospital for evaluation,
Hmm.
and he was told by the police that she was not coming back to that house. My question is,
Oh,
Where's her stuff? Eventually, he's talking about wanting to move,
yeah.
and because he mentioned he was going to be moving because his uncle really needs to sell the house. And I got to thinking about this. Okay, you pack up your car, you take the cats, um, and your stuff, and you leave. What about Shani's stuff?
Hmm.
She's not, apparently the cops had told him that she was not coming back.
I wonder if she 5150'd herself. You can do that. You can say, "Hey, I
Mm.
feel like ending my s" they'll take you right in
Well,
for,
she was
the
more or less
72
implying,
hour.
yeah, but
I'm
she was more or less implying that when Rev found her when he came home, and he said enough is enough. And like, even that was a very adult thing to do. It's like, even if she was faking it, he didn't want that responsibility on him should she not have been faking it and something actually did happen to her. And he couldn't verify how many meds she had left prior to, you know,
hmm.
that, even though it was all empty. So he wasn't going to take chances. And good on him for finally being an adult about that, calling for assistance. And I don't know what transpired, but I think the medical and the cops were the ones that said, okay, she's she's being removed from the house. And if I'm not mistaken, it's either a cousin, I think it's his cousin, or or a friend from his past that was one of the police officers involved.
Well, from what I understand, okay, we've always heard about Uncle Tommy who owns that property. He's
Mhm.
elderly, Uncle Tommy.
Right.
Well, Uncle Tommy, and I first time I ever heard it mentioned was the other day. Uncle Tommy has a son
Mhm.
who is his direct heir,
Mhm.
and Jason is just his, nephew.
Oh, well, yeah, we knew that was he was the
So
nephew. Yeah.
Jason is not going to be like, he's not really entitled to, so perhaps it's, the son who's encouraging, the liquidation of his some of his property since he's elderly, why not?
Well, and here's the thing, we don't know behind the scenes. Dad could have sold um to the son and said, "Okay, you know what? I'm elderly. Here's my
Mhm.
inheritance now. Do what you need to do with it," especially when you've got this situation going on.
Yeah,
We
boy,
don't
we
know.
could just speculate
Well,
and just
exactly.
yeah.
But here's the thing though, um, just okay, so yeah, Jason is, if he does leave, regardless, yes, there is a son Uncle Tommy has a son, and
Yeah,
you're
so it
right.
would
He's next in line,
yeah,
regardless.
so it his cousin who's entitled to more than he is. But, he also said, does Jason said, "Does anybody have a place for Shani to stay? Because I need her to be out of here."
Oh, I think he said that when they were having their fight.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, because they had a fight. He basically says, "I'm done. I'll be your caregiver, but I don't want to be in a relationship anymore." And
but I'll
then
do
I
my job because I love you, but I can't deal with you.
right, and
But
then he
I'll help
wanted
you.
to
Yeah.
see other women and everything else, and that's when
And
she
he
got on
did
there.
the trans thing and the alluring thing and he just boy, he was
Yeah.
so but I that somehow some okay, I think maybe his audience encouraged him. I think that's been the first positive reinforcement he's had for anything in a long time, so I think that fueled him doing more so this renewed confidence and something he did, and we've all been talking about it for years. God, it's been years and years. Jason has never before mentioned the fact that she drops the G's.
Right? See,
And
that's
he
another
went on at length. He
Mhm.
says, it's thinking, it's wrong. Not at first time he's ever mentioned it, ever, ever, ever.
Now that's not a
That's
man
huge.
who's taken a chance with her in the other room.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
There's
No, because
telltale little signs,
that's her sacred quirk. That's her
right?
sacred cuteness. Her not saying her G's because it's cute and quirky. No, that's the sacred of all sacreds, and Jason
Mhm.
would not. So she had to be absolutely, she's gone. But I noticed I think it was early this morning, David Anthony
Yeah.
said he suspects Shanny's back in as of this morning.
Well,
And
I don't
goes
know.
on to say why, but I haven't watched him because, boy, I have to watch everything I watch, speed it up, and I didn't have the time this morning to really watch to see why David Anthony thinks Shanny's back in the house as we speak.
Okay. I
So
haven't
we'll
seen any
see.
of that. I did see that he had a video out, which I didn't
Yeah,
watch. I think it was
yeah.
yesterday or the day before, where he was reporting on her allegedly gone. And I gather
Oh,
from the way the title was and everything, he was not convinced that she was
even
gone.
left. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I
So
thought it was a news.
but you know what? We're all entitled to speculate what we think
I know,
is
and you
happening.
could
Yeah.
just go crazy with it because it's already a bizarre story.
Yeah.
So anything that we're like imagining isn't that far off of,
And
not beyond the realm of possibility with these folks.
he's been like Rev has already been on a couple of live streams being
Yes,
interviewed
yeah.
um already, and these he would never have gone on on these
Oh,
live
he
streams
didn't
with
have
people,
permission. No.
right? She would
Yeah.
have, and it's absolutely quiet in that house. There's no way that he could have gone on those live streams.
No, because she had absolute profound control
Hmm.
over even his movements through the house, uh,
Right.
everything he said, things his
Oh,
responses to people.
did you
Yeah.
hear? Did you hear when they questioned her mobility?
Mhm.
And he did say, like, oh, probably 60-40, 60 that she could, 40 not. And then within a second, he more or less changed that to more like 90-10.
Wow.
He was telling on her. That woman wasn't in the house when he was doing that.
No, no, there all those telltale signs, folks, point to Shanny be and boy, how long I don't think she's ever really left the house.
No.
Boy,
Um,
this is a big, big freaking deal. Uh,
but
however okay,
mm,
any yeah, go on.
oh, no, 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 you go on, go on.
Okay, so that and that's why the banner's at the bottom of the thing. It says the clip used in this podcast. I'm gonna take that banner down because it's fucking annoying. Okay, so off. Okay, so we're gonna show Vaughn because of course all of these neighborhoods are really beginning to overlap and commingle.
Hmm.
We've long maintained that it's sort of an incestuous arena, these YouTubes, because things do cross over and overlap and backtrack. But anyway, the Vonster,
Hmm.
and they've been mentioning each other for years, though, really, is Vaughn's mentioned Rev and Shanny. Shanny Rev has mentioned Vaughn. I hate both of these factions when they mention Grampy, and I've spoken out about that. Don't talk about
Mm-hmm.
Grampy. But anyway, so I think it was yesterday, Vaughn had a message for Rev,
Oh,
and we're gonna take a look at that. I guess he's turned into Rev's elder advisor.
Okay.
He's taken on that role. Lord knows he has the life experience. So we're going to take a look at the Von Dingo.
The Von Dingo.
It's called A Message for Rev News because
Oh.
he's heard that, there's trouble in Revenjani City. So here we go. We're going to get this ball rolling, folks. Sit down, pour a beverage and we'll be interrupting.
Mhm.
Might as well drag the show out. So anyway, here's the monster, and take note of his lack of hygiene.
Mhm.
That's always been an issue. But how does anybody get the back sides of their fingers dirty?
Right?
What do
Sitting
you
in
have
a
to
car all
be?
day. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have to be digging in and around? But yeah, and then he did cut his fingernails, but there's still a little rim of dirt. The dirt line isn't as big because he cut fingernails at least on one of his hands. But,
Mm.
and the essential tremor is their precursor to Parkinson's.
Mhm.
Only my observation from past lives at work. So here you go. Here's the monster.
All righty. This is a message for Revelation News. Hopefully, some troll will see that he gets it. Rev, now that you're free, possibly thanks to me, you never know.
Okay.
Thanks to him. What the
Yeah.
hell did Vaughn do?
Well, he takes credit for all the global events, here and around the world.
True.
Yeah. So who knows? Vaughn might have had something to do with your good fortune, Rev. Here we go.
You never know. You never know who's helping behind the scenes. But now that you're free, my first advice to you is to make good with your family again. And I mean grovel at their feet if you have.
Like Vaughn has.
I don't think Rev has to do that.
I don't think he has to either because the only barrier to him jumping around with his family was Shanny.
And then, of course, his own parents long gone. No siblings.
Yeah.
So he just had the uncle and obviously the cousins. Like whatever extended family is in PA.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Have to. Because I tell you, brother, and I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, you were probably this close to getting cut out of their will. You understand what that means, right? No inheritance, no nothing. You was that. I bet you dollars to donuts. You was that close to being cut out of their will.
Okay, stop it for a
Now that
minute.
you're free,
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, what makes you think that the Rev was in his uncle's will to begin with?
To
He's,
begin with.
and why? Why, he can't be cut out of it. He probably was never in it.
Right when my aunts passed away, they had their children got the bulk of their fortunes, and my sister and brother, we got like, I don't know, a little token inheritance from you know Auntie Marge, but it's not a
Yeah. I mean,
it's never a
Matthew, you were very fortunate because usually, okay, if it's the grandparents, sometimes the grandchildren might get a little token out of the deal.
Yeah,
So you're very fortunate that if the aunt or uncle passed, I don't think Rev was ever in his uncle's will. Again,
maybe
look at
not
this
because
is
look when he's
Vaughn. Yeah. Right away he goes to the will and assumes that Rev's entitled to part of the estate. No, he's not.
Yeah, you notice he's not advising Rev. Well, the first thing you need to do is scan the newspapers for easy jobs you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't, Father Vaughn's first suggestion. He's talking, about the will. You dumbass.
Now I realize you're not going to get the 4 million back that she spent. That she
What?
Right? How does 750,000 turn into 4 million?
What is wrong with his brain, man?
Mind you,
Well, we know.
I was never really good at math in school, but you know, 750,000 versus 4 million?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a difference. And another reason they went through that 750 million so quickly is like I guess they took a big chunk of it and Shani thought she was going to be an investment expert, and so they took a
Oh,
huge chunk of money in a high risk, supposedly high yield investment. Quick turn,
right.
they lost their ass.
I forgot about that.
So
Yeah.
that's where 750,000, boy, it'd take me a damn good while to spend. So that's why, they were spending like it was water, but that really boosted it along as that failed investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but 4 million. Come on, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I don't know where I heard it. I might have made it up in my head because I'm old, but isn't there like another portfolio
You
being held
know, I've
by
heard
Uncle
of that in the
Tommy?
past, that there apparently was one that I don't know if
Yeah.
the rumor was she didn't know about, or I don't know. That was
Mm,
so back in when they were out west, though. I
yeah.
don't know.
Or, maybe Aunt Alice to like Uncle Tommy's kid
Mm-hmm.
would there would be an aunt. N- so maybe Alice was saving that for Uncle Tom. Yeah, who knows? Here we go embroidering. Boy, you could just make up any shit and it would be plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue on with the words of wisdom by the Vaughn.
wasted because it was waste. I mean, let's be honest. You're not going to get the 4 mil back, but at least you could maybe still get your inheritance. If you make good with your family. But that is the number one thing on the agenda right now for you, Reb, is to make good with your family and say, hey, man, that woman deceived me. She manipulated me and I'm free from her. I'm going to get my shit straight. I'm going to get my head fucking screwed on straight. I will help you with that too, Rev, by the way.
How?
Okay, what inheritance? His dad's long gone. His mother died. He spent what inheritance money he had on her.
Yeah.
What inheritance money is Vaughn talking about? The man is so he's
Delulu.
beyond.
Yeah, and you know, he probably, I don't know if something traumatic happened when he was about 9 years old because that's where he stalled out, or if he was just born and then just stopped and that's all the intellect and emotional shit he was allotted by his gods. But he is like a 9-year-old little boy,
Hmm.
sheltered, and just lives in his head
Hmm.
and makes up stories and puts himself as the center character in all of his, like a little boy making up stories, all these jobs, all these heroics, all these adventures. It's a kid in there.
You're right. And it would be interesting to find out truly uh, another relative's or the Frosts. There you go. Side of the story of why is like why did Alice give up on him and just say, okay, fine, just go move into the single wide. I'm done. And why has he been able to get away with this for years? Mind you, I don't want to say it because for, legal reasons, but we both know that he is suffering from something legit.
Mm-hmm.
And, but still, that doesn't excuse him.
No.
A lot of people go about their daily lives and go to work or something. But no, I'd like to know the backstory from the family.
Yeah, there has to be somebody telling Vaughn's story out there. A member of the Frost family.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, because they're
Maybe.
still alive and out there.
Yeah. Yeah. We only lost Larry, Big Larry.
Right?
I
Yeah.
liked Big Larry.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was a
just
teddy
a
bear.
down home, you know,
Oh,
re
yeah.
down home redneck good guy.
A good old boy. He
Good old
really,
boy.
yeah. But, even
Excuse me.
Marcia, and her husband, the one that actually served in the military,
Yeah.
it would be awesome to have them explain to us the Vaughn.
Somebody who's known Vaughn from way back.
Oh, and they would.
Boy, I wonder if we could get any member of the Frost family on with us to
And they
just
could just,
chat.
yeah, and just tell
Turn the
us.
show over to them and let them just tell Vaughn's story?
Right,
Oh. Oh,
right.
let's kick that around.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kick that around. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, who's was it? I can't remember if it was Fat Photog's stream or somebody's, where I made this observation of the toxic buildup of the filth, from not bathing. He has a toxic biofilm covering
Right.
his entire body. That can harbor all kinds of things. And that thing about our navel, wasn't that interesting?
That is.
I never
Um,
knew any of that. I knew about, if you put like rosemary oil and that kind of stuff, but I didn't know it was that intricate that you
yeah,
can take nutrients in through your navel, folks. That wasn't just for in vitro.
right.
It
It
can
still goes
still
on.
it
Yeah.
goes on your whole life because your belly button is connected all throughout your innards.
That's your lifeline from before you were born.
And I don't know about you, but I even after like a warm summer day, been a couple days since I've had a shower, and I have done this, who hasn't? Stick my finger in my belly button and then
Mm-hmm.
what?
Oh, belly button cheese. Okay, I just grossed whoever's watching out, but that's fine. That's
It's
what it is, belly button cheese.
it
Mhm.
smells like the worst toe jam
Exactly.
ever. But you can grow even like your own penicillin in there, good bacteria. It's all
Mhm.
like good bacteria, and if you suspect it's bad, which would be, like the redness and swelling and itching would be indicative of an unbalanced belly button. You can stick what? Eucalyptus oil in there, something to
Mhm.
rebalance it, yeah, but huh, can you imagine what Vaughn might maybe he could cure cancer with what's growing in his belly button. You don't
Well,
know.
yeah, also, I yeah.
He could be harboring, well, even any of his dark, moist, swampy places could be harboring its own, what do you call that? Biosphere.
Mhm.
His own,
Yeah.
man, I cannot imagine the stench of the and
Yeah.
somebody, I think it was in Vaughn was on a panel with that lady at Northwest Jess, or on a show with her, and somebody in the chat, I think, said that Vaughn's jacket. You could tell Vaughn is a prepper. You take that jacket off and soak it, and there's bone stock or something, and there's like
Oh my
broth.
God.
Yeah, you can survive on the broth from boiling that
Oh,
jacket. Is that a who? And boy, you could. That is a jacket that J Dubs bought Vaughn, brand new
ah,
from the Walmart store,
mm-hmm.
and it is no longer crisp. It is no longer the same color it was.
The
It was an
sleeves. He accidentally showed a sleeve, and it's filthy.
Oh, you guys, okay, keep close watch when Vaughn, and he is eternally rubbing his face and slicking back his greased up hair. But anyway, keep watch to see that sleeve because I don't know what he's been doing. Military maneuvers under barbed wire stretched out on the who knows. Okay, here we go.
And get you back to where you used to be.
I forgot we were talking about Rev, boy. Okay.
A normal guy. Because that's what I want. I want you back normal again. Even the trolls have to admit that I was aghast when you started descending into this crazy bullshit about being a cat and changing your name to some sort of demonic name or some shit like that.
I'm gonna speed this up just a touch because maybe because I've already watched it, but this guy is
Yeah,
boring as shit. But
yeah.
you got to get the gist of this. Okay, I'm gonna go to 125 for now.
What the fuck, bro? I mean, if you want to be in paganism, reach out to me. That's all you got to do. Just reach out to me, and I
Oh,
will help
God.
you. We will get you in the freaking freedom religion where you truly are set free, and where you ain't got no dogma, and you ain't got no drama, you ain't got no bullshit. You're truly set free.
Wait. So there's got to be some mass sort of dogma.
Okay, so you
Look
have
at
to, in order to
look.
be,
Hey, screenshot right there. Look at
oh my God.
there it is. Hold that thought, Prairie Queen. There
Yeah.
it is in full display. You see the grime under the. It looks like he maybe. Well, he can't chew those fingernails off because he has no teeth. So I don't know. Rubbed them on the sidewalk. There is grime on the tops of his fingers.
I don't understand that.
How does that happen?
He lives in his car. How,
Eh,
even if he used wet wipes and he so-called used that to bathe with, it- how is his hands that bad?
How do you forget to, if you're washing, how do you forget to wipe the top of your hands? It's like, bless her. I knew somebody that, you'd have her over and she'd be in your house and doing, helping in the kitchen, making herself a sandwich. She'd do dishes and she would never wash the backs of the plates.
Ooh, I hate that.
Squeaky clean on the front, but, and, you know, I called her my special child. Yes, I just rewashed everything, but bless her heart, she just said, "I'll clean up." Okay. Ooh, thanks. But anyway, okay, also, take note that sleeve of his jacket.
Yes, that's what I mean. How is it that filthy? I don't understand.
I don't either. I have coats and jackets. I've had I've had a cape for 60 years. Long, hanging in my closet. I've got an old Pendleton jacket, 20 years old. I've got a hoodie that's well, I send them to I wash them.
Mhm.
That has never been washed. So he's had that. Okay, so when did he leave John? In June?
Oh, no.
July?
Was it June?
I think didn't he leave John in June, July, August, September, October? No, he went to John in June.
Yes. So I think he left him in
August?
August.
August, September, October, November. So 4 months of Vaughn, and that's what that jacket looks like.
That's unbelievable. That's what I'm saying. If it was brand new, how is it that it's that filthy?
From living in your car. You're not camping outside.
And he wouldn't have been wearing it
24/7.
for like the 4 months.
Yeah.
It wasn't that cold.
No, he was satisfied with like a couple of t-shirts and a hoodie.
Right.
And then he didn't break out the jacket to holy shit.
So I don't understand this.
So yeah, his seats are probably greasy and poopy. His
Oh,
steering
well,
wheel's probably greasy and poopy. His door handles.
well, J-Dubs had to have his interior of his car cleaned.
He had to keep buying new car care products for the
I think
interior of his car.
I think he had to have it professionally done too, because
Yeah, he was
that
meticulous. Well, that car was his
that
bread
one
and
seat.
butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to seat conditioner, he had disinfectant, he had deodorizer, he had air freshener. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he even would spray Vaughn with the air freshener.
That's pretty bad. That's a
Isn't
nice
that
passive aggressive move. You're spraying your buddy there.
right? With air freshener, and Vaughn or J-Dubs was very vocal about,
I could see you and I on a road trip together, and if all of a sudden one of us had to start spritzing the other one down with actual car air freshener, it's like, you get the hint?
no, I think, like, before that point, one of us would say, "Get the fuck out of my car."
For God's sakes, get a bath, woman.
Yeah, I'll drive you to the truck stop where they're free. Can you
Oh, God.
Yeah, okay, so it has been okay, so what 129 days in as far as our calculations go.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, over in the chat. Okay, so over in the chat, we've got a new face, Melanie 135.
Hello, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. Do we know you by another name, or are you a new girl here in the parlor? Welcome, sweetheart, welcome. Okay, Melanie says, "I cannot look at his hands, it makes me want to vomit," right?
I just wanna grab a super like, one of those, um, machines that you hook up or what you like those for home, like pressure washer, duh.
A
My
pressure
brain is slow today.
Yes!
It's the cold. I wanna pressure washer him down.
Yeah.
I don't care
Oh,
if his skin
yeah.
rips off or not. I want the big number 7. You know,
Or
it's like
or put a rope on him and make him walk through one of those car washes with the big brushes.
right? I could strap him down in the back of my truck
Oh, that would
and
be
go through a
fun, though.
car wash.
They have that rainbow-colored foam. It's very
Yes.
pleasant going through those
Mhm.
car washes.
Mhm.
Yep, and boy, it would get him sparkly, squeaky
Oh,
clean.
yeah, they buff them too. Exfoliation, the whole thing.
Exfoliation, a blower, and it's warm air, feel good on a cold day. Yeah, okay, yeah, so Melanie 135, okay, so I gotta Melanie says, "Vaughn would be the last person I would take advice from," just say yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
Melanie also says, "That makes absolutely no sense. He can't even afford to pay his cell phone bill. How would he be able to afford to keep the house that he's staying in? The uncle pays for everything." Oh, that's right. You're talking about, Rev.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Okay, you're playing both, okay, so you know about both of them. Yeah, Melanie is new to the chat. We've been watching Vaughn since July. Really?
Oh,
Oh, Melanie. There is such rich history.
that's an understatement. Holy shit. Yeah.
Wow, there is the Vonster, the Vonnie, Vonda, Vonnie Poo Poo, Stinky. Oh boy. Um, Boy,
Yeah.
Melanie, we could tell you the saga. Maybe one day we'll just lay out the saga of Grampy Lobster and the Vonsters' utter hard on for Grampy Lobster. But they were mortal enemies. It was a hoot.
Mhm.
And you know that old Grampy Lobster show that I sent you, Prairie Queen. It was
Yeah.
quite lengthy, but it had, you know, guys on there.
Right. I
Toward
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, okay, so I remember very clearly the person we were talking about was on Grampy's show just
Right.
before I came on Grampy's stream that
Oh,
day.
okay.
And that's then I okay, so that's okay, then it's rattled my memory. But
Yeah.
anyway, toward the end of that Grampy Lobster stream, and this was shortly before we lost Grampy Lobster,
Mhm.
he said, "My fondest wish is to see Vaughn homeless."
I remember that.
Grampy,
I think he's had a hand in this.
yeah, you think you got the mojo, Vonster? Grampy Lobster got his fondest desire, didn't he?
Isn't it
Bro.
interesting how after we lost Grampy, Vaughn, his life, he, he didn't bounce out of situations anymore like he had.
No.
Remember, he had to keep going to court for whatever reason and this and that, and he wasn't worried because in the end he was going to win. And for whatever reason, he wasn't in trouble. It seemed like luck was on his side. Or, well, there's another side of that story that we don't know about because of his tall tales. But since Grampy's been gone, Vaughn definitely has gone downhill in his life.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
it's like
know?
Grampy left just a little essence of himself looking over Vaughn
Mm-hmm.
and, evaluating his past transgressions and sins and cruelties and child
Mm-hmm.
neglect, child
Oh God, all
abuse,
of that. Yeah.
all of that. Oh, Grampy, here's to you, Grampy Lobster.
I
Yeah,
I really feel that if there is a neither world, that he's got his hands on this one.
isn't this great? Isn't it
Mm-hmm.
great? And I think a lot of woo-woo is just utter bullshit, but boy,
Mm-hmm.
there are some things you just can't explain.
Right?
You can't, like, officiously approach this subject. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
some things that you just can't fucking explain. Okay,
Yeah.
so
And
ov
I was just
over
going
in
to
the
say, I just
what?
wanted to say quickly that a lot of people will say there are no such thing as coincidences.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
they are caused occurrences. Well, what's causing
Mm-hmm.
it, you know? Where
Mm-hmm.
is the cause emanating from? That's the
Mm-hmm.
question to which there are no answers. Anyway, Melanie says, "What's Vaughn gonna do when the vehicle stops working?" Because he was talking about not even changing oil in his truck that he had. Yes, Melanie, you are asking excellent questions.
Mm-hmm. That car's
Yeah.
been all over the place. It does need an oil change, in my opinion.
Or even a topping off.
Right?
Check your levels, Vaughn. Get a rag out and check that dipstick.
Well,
Check
see,
your
every
transmission
year,
fluid too.
I live out in the country, and every year, and I drive back and forth to work, which is about 5 to 10 minutes away every day.
I
And I
love
have
that
to
for
drive
you.
half an hour to the nearest town for groceries, etc. But every year, like clockwork, so I don't put a lot of miles on my vehicle, but if I every year I wind up getting my oil changed.
Sure.
And if you're going to be driving as far as Vaughn has been, even the short distances back and forth in Jersey and
Uh-huh.
all that, and then headed out west, he's due for an oil change.
way past due.
I'm going to say he is.
Yeah.
I don't,
He's sailing along on pure ass luck, dumb luck.
which he has always done. Like
He's
what,
always landed on his feet. He's like a fucking cockroach.
right? And that,
He's
like I said,
eternal.
prior to Grampy passing, the dude always did that. He was always, like you said, landed on his feet.
Got
But
everything he wanted. He had all the pudding cups he could eat.
right. And stream. And so mom dies, he takes over her room and her place. And yeah, no,
Trashes it.
yeah,
Yeah, Melanie 135, same with her vehicle. I drive about 10 miles to get to work, but still at least every 5,000 miles, right?
right.
You need to get your oil absolutely. It deteriorates, and in your case, Prairie Queen, the change in temperatures, the fluctuations,
Right.
and the little periods that it does, it's a deterioration, just the temperature changes alone.
Exactly.
Even if you have that really good synthetic oil that's supposed to withstand that, you gotta pay attention.
Oh yeah, and with the temperatures for me, when it gets colder, and it's going to be like for Vaughn, you need to be sure that your oil is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
It better be clear.
get the good
Well,
stuff, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and check the color and yeah. Do you have
In
to
his case too, the way where he was heading, also the air filter, the oil filter, the air filter, all of
the
that.
air filter? Okay, he's in the desert.
Mm-hmm. So air conditioning. Oh, and well, we could go on and on about Vaughn's car maintenance, but you know what I mean? Yes,
Okay, here's
I agree.
another thing. I don't know what the, Department of, Motor Vehicles standards are in Kentucky. But the further west he gets, there are vehicle emission standards.
Oh, you're right. Doesn't California have a special set of rules?
Strict emission standards. Your car has to be smogged. And depending
Mm-hmm.
on its age, how frequently it has to be smogged, where they put that little thingy on your tailpipe and measure the
Mm-hmm.
particulates.
Right.
And you've got to pass. And if you don't pass, you've got to go to a smog station recommended mechanic and get your shit changed. Air filter, all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, it has to be, like, recalibrated, and all the cars have computers. The computers, you have to drive 30 miles on the it's a whole big
Mm.
deal here. Vaughn, Vonster, Vonetta, you have no clue what you're driving toward. And, of course, he says, "I'm not going to California. I'm going either north or south." Okay, that means he's coming to California, y'all.
I
So,
think so.
Vonnie, and also California Highway Patrol, even like the highway patrols in the states next to us, they're gonna be watching for your registration, and they do pull you over. Yeah, they give you a fix-it ticket, but it's possible your car could be impounded. You never know. Huh.
I don't know what color his Kentucky plates are, but I'm pretty sure these guys are of quick eye to see that
Oh, yeah.
that's an out of state plate.
Oh, yeah, and out-of-state plates get scrutinized. Check the
Hmm.
date. They'll run your plate on their little patrol car computer, check you
Well,
out.
yeah, because I know, like when we used to go down to Missouri, we would be parking, let's say Walmart or wherever, and we'd get a kick out of it because our my license plate is and seems to me that yeah, ours is white with
Uh-huh.
little green trees on it. And I
Cool.
know in Missouri that is definitely the opposite.
Oh,
I think they're blue with
okay.
a colored print on. But anyways, it's so distinctly opposite. So I know when we'd be coming out of a store somewhere, people walking past would do a double take and they would stare at our plate and try
Mhm.
to figure out the name on our plate
Okay.
because it's a provincial plate on top of it, and they were
Okay.
trying to figure that out because they're going, this isn't a state. Or is it? You know?
That's
But we'd get a kick out of that because it would stop people and they just sort of like stare at it for a minute and try to
yeah,
figure out what the hell.
trying to register in their head.
So I can imagine, and I'm sure there's a lot of different plates floating around in California and Arizona and that, but the police are going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to spot these out of
In fact,
state.
before they stop you, they'll even run your plate. If they
Oh,
see you
hell yeah.
passing by, they'll run you. Oh,
Yeah.
they're just sitting there, and if something pops up here, they go right after you. Melanie in the chat says, "Can you imagine the amount of dust that's in that air filter right now, right?"
Oh my God. Yes. The air filter alone. That's going to cause a lot of problems to an engine if it's
Yeah,
clogged.
if it's
And gas consumption.
and we don't even know if that vehicle he has was in peak condition when he took possession of it.
That is
There are a
true.
lot of variables here, a lot of questions. Yeah, Melanie says in Maryland they have emissions, the standards there. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
but boy, he's just like on borrowed time. Yeah. Okay. So here we are. We're gonna more advice.
Mhm.
Oops. Oh no, their stream. Oh, I think. Okay, I couldn't remember which tab I needed. Here we go.
Because that's what you need. You need set free. Now that you're free from shedding, now we can get you set free from all this other bullshit. No more alcohol, no more drugs. All right, not even cigarettes. If you want to do something, vape. Just vape. And then eventually you won't even need the vape, because that's what happened to me. I eventually got to the place where I didn't even need to vape anymore. So now that you're free from shanty, which is what I wanted, by the way, even the trolls admit that. Have to admit that. Have to admit that I wanted you out of that.
I
'Cause
never
knew
knew
you
Vaughn
when you were a
wanted
normal
that.
guy.
Did you
I knew
know?
you when you and I used to
No.
talk politics.
And
We used to
this is
talk.
wonderful
We
advice
used to talk
coming from a
about
homeless
various
bum.
and sundry other things.
Y-
And now
Right?
that you're out of Christianity, and now that you're out of shanty, now
Okay, play on words. Somebody should clip that. Now that you're out of shanty.
Yeah. Now notice Christianity came first.
Yeah, now that you're out of Christianity, now that you're out of shanty. Boy, those two things are just ooh.
Yeah. Says the homeless man in a car, a
Yeah.
filthy homeless man in a car with the dog that he stole back.
Yeah. With it, look at this. He's got a smudge on his forehead. That is dirt. Look, dirt. How the hell did that happen? You know what? In fact, he mentions it. How
Oh.
the hell do you get a dirty forehead? I could fall down and face first and not come up with that. Okay, here we go.
we can get you where you need to be. In freedom religion, where you're free, where you don't have
Those fingernails. Okay.
no dogma, no drama, no bullshit, like Christianity was doing to you, like the occult was doing to you. Get you into a real religion that actually gives a fuck about you, because the gods and goddesses of freedom religion actually do give a fuck about you, and get you squared away.
Just like they squared you away, eh, Vaughn?
And just like they give a fuck about Vaughn.
Right?
Come on over, Rev. Get your just desserts, just like. Did I say Rev? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. Put yourself in the hands of freedom religion gods and wind up like Vaughn.
Right?
In that regard, and
what you about to say something?
No, I'm just laughing. I find this hilarious. This man sitting here homeless in a car, filthy, and he can't get his shit together, yet he's giving sound advice and saying, come on to my side and believe in my religion. You'll be squared away.
And he says, no, I'm not homeless. I'm only living in my car. Make any of that shit make sense.
Okay. Right?
Also, too, like I said, no alcohol, no drugs, no cigarettes. Get rid of all that shit. It's costing you money. You don't need it. Look at me. I am 30 plus years. No alcohol, no drugs. and I've been, I don't know what, 10 years free of cigarettes, 15, something like that. If I can do it, you can do it. And you need to do it because, hey, you ain't got no fucking money. That woman literally ate you out of house and home.
Now you can aspire to be just like Vaughn.
Right?
Now that you're okay, look again at those hands. Look at those fingers. I am
Oh
just,
my God.
and Melanie over in the chat had said, made a comment about how bizarre. Yeah, in real life, you really don't encounter these people in real life, Melanie. You don't, the YouTubes, a vast and joyous festive circus.
Mhm.
You can find anything out here. Man, we are so boring compared to this is like watching Jerry Springer, only
Right?
it's real and not scripted. This is like the Jerry Springer genre in real life, and this
Oh,
does exist, and it's hard to okay, here we go. Yeah, Melanie, thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thanks. Give us a thumbs up. I rarely remember to ask, give us a thumbs up, would you? You wanna
yeah.
subscribe? Come get your socks board right off every Sunday, Melanie. You're more than welcome.
Oh,
Come join us.
definitely.
Okay, here we go.
We had a slogan years ago, being eaten out of house and home. And it was funny because it was, it wasn't, at the time, it wasn't real. It wasn't literal. But with you, it was literal, man.
Okay, that is the truth.
Mhm.
Vaughn's telling the truth here. Yeah, the land whale just ate all the foods.
Oh,
But
yes.
I hate that I said it just like she did. Yeah, I almost threw up and made myself sick. Okay.
Man, it's like, oh, fuck. She literally ate you out of house and home, man. Holy fuck, dude. And $4 million. Oh, my God, man. What the fuck, bro? Of course, I can't talk. I got swindled out of my millions, too, so I can't say much. So don't.
Okay, I just caught that. Even between his fingers,
Uh-huh.
the insides, the tops, and there is grime between his fingers.
I just don't understand.
I don't either. I don't I just don't. And you don't wash your hands after you pee and poop on. Okay, I understand some guys just don't bother because they're men and they're pigs. They don't bother washing after they pee.
Yeah, a
But
couple of
damn,
shakes and they're done, and that's
couple
it, right?
shakes and they tuck it back in, zip up, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
But come on, Vaughn. Oh, here's another thing.
Hmm.
I guess it has been a very, very long time since Vaughn has worn socks.
No, really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
somebody in his chat asked him about, is he keeping his feet warm with socks? Does he have socks? John had bought him some, and he says, "No, I haven't. No, I haven't put on socks yet. I don't wear socks. I haven't worn any socks." I can't imagine that either. And he has those feet that have toenail.
and when's the last time the last time he clipped his toenails was probably when he had that shower.
Oh, I don't. But he's wearing the same shoes without socks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
The only thing we can do at this point is pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and move the fuck on, right? Yeah, that's all you can do. But dude, reach out to me, man. I left a message on one of your lives or whatever, videos, whatever. I'm Mayor McCheese now, by the way. Obviously, my original Von Hilton account is no more. It hasn't been around for years. I'm Mayor McCheese now, so just hit me up. Hit me up, man. I left a message on one of your videos there or one of your lives, whatever. So hit me up, and if you're interested in getting into freedom religion and being set free of all this bullshit, all this dogma and all this drama, I'm more than willing to help you.
Okay, you know what? I
Mm.
think Rev should absolutely reach out to the Vonster. If those two just paneled up or kicked ideas around or nonsense around, it could possibly be profitable for the both of them. Why not?
Well, yes
Neither
and
one
no.
of them have anything to lose,
Actually,
by collaborating.
actually, one, why is John still allowing Vaughn to stream under John's account?
Because
Because
John would do anything for Vaughn.
second of all, I would rather see Rev pal up with John.
Really? Yeah? That's an
Yeah, I think that would
interesting
be interesting.
thought. Well, for one thing, John has a more presentable, tidy, smell good car, so if Rev needs to well, no, Rev doesn't have to do anything, he's set. He just needs to get Shanny out of there. Rev's, he's got family.
Hmm.
So, oh,
But see, John does make a living for himself.
yeah,
He
maybe
could,
John could come park in Rev's driveway.
John could turn around and um have Rev under his wing and
Mhm.
be a better influence to him than he was to Vaughn.
And
But
here's the thing about J-Dubs. I'm sorry, he's
yeah,
twisted enough that
hmm,
Revelina
uh-huh,
might hold its a certain allure for J-Dubs.
exactly. He's just a level of crazy that Rev could handle, and vice versa.
And vice versa. Oh my god.
See, Vaughn's
Fairy Queen,
losing his mind.
that's
Yeah,
brilliant. That is brilliant.
I really think those two should team up.
J-Dubs and Rev. They can
Mhm,
carry on a
mhm,
a romance
mhm. They both like
online
to
at first.
drink,
They could
and
send crotch shots to each other.
right,
They could
string them
fake
together,
marry over the internets. Oh my god.
right?
Prairie Queen, that is absolutely a brilliant idea. When you first said, I went, "What?" It's brilliant.
And I think this would be good for both J Dubs and Rev's self-esteem.
Yeah, because I think J-Dubs is probably drinking himself to death right now.
He needs a friend,
Yeah, he hasn't been around, and I kinda worried, I don't like him, but I kind of have
no,
concern for him.
and he could be like the older brother mentor situation for Rev.
Sugar daddy.
Well, that too, I don't know, but
Oh my god.
they would make an interesting duo. They really would.
Isn't that okay, so, boy, we've been on more than an hour.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, we just got carried away with this interesting specimen of
So,
humanity.
what do you honestly think about um Shani? Do you think he said a lot of interesting things regarding no, she won't be coming back. It
Yeah,
came from his lips. What do you honestly, but then that doesn't mean anything. What do you think?
I don't know.
And
Unless she sneaks back like he did.
right?
I have no idea what to think.
See,
We've embroidered and speculated and stuff. I got nothing. I don't know.
I'm I don't know, like I'm gonna have to go and watch that other stream for thinking that she's back. I will be so
Yeah, David
disgusted.
Anthony, and his new name is, I wrote this.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so, okay, over in the chat, let me look and see what's okay, this is true reality TV, Melanie says, "Oh, yeah."
Oh, definitely. Oh my God.
Yeah,
The whole Vaughn saga, the whole Rev and Shani saga, that has been reality TV. It's like to hell with Big Brother. turn this on, even if you have to go to go back to and revisit some of the old videos. My God.
Yeah, and Melanie, if you really want a funny view of the Vonster and Shanny for Christ and who is Emo Howling Wolf and others, go to the Fun Brigade, the Grampy Lobster. What was it called? Grampy. Look up Grampy Lobster, and you will get the whole saga. If you have nothing to do one day, if you're really bored, if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
snowed in,
He covered
yeah,
it all.
he covered it all. And we are here in the spirit of Grampy Lobster, and
Mm-hmm.
because he was a good friend, and he's not here anymore, and there's a big hole in the world without Grampy. So we're carrying on the good laugh,
Right.
torturing the monster.
Oh.
He doesn't even know we're around, so it's not torture, but we're having a good laugh at his expense.
Yeah, I don't think we'd want to be called out. It would be hilarious if we were. Then we'll know how. Because Vaughn's sitting in his car. What all is he watching?
Yeah, that's true.
Probably every bloody stream with his name on it. That's
boy,
for
I'd
sure.
feel so famous if he'd call us out.
Yeah.
Okay, you have been following Reverend Shanny. Okay, Melon. Okay. So now these two neighborhoods, I hate to call them communities. I hate that word. But yeah, so the Vonster and the Reverend Shanny and a couple of other, they're all just kind of interweaving and dating each other and seeing each other. And it's really funny that they're crossing over. It's a hoot. And I like that the chats are like getting to know each other and hey, how are you? I saw you over in blah, blah's chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for being here, Melanie. Thank you, Philip Blair, for being here. Jonaside, thank you for being here. Good to see you guys. Drop in. What's next? It's getting closer to the holidays. Okay, next Sunday's the 14th. Okay, come back on the 14th, you guys, the halfway mark.
Oh, there's got to be a lot of updates by then. There's got to be.
Excuse me. Oh, I know, because Vaughn does the morning coffee and then he's on a 3-part series. He did a part of him being a pilot that flew to Antarctica.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's done part. Yeah, and he suddenly the engines lost power. And it's like he was recounting his own experience as a pilot. And somebody in his chat says, "You've ever flown a plane?" And he says, "Oh, mini planes."
Okay, so
He's
is this
9
like?
years old.
Yeah, he would be. And then, so is this like the New Adventures of Tintin?
Yeah, exactly. Or mixed in with it's a Tintin and Tom Swift hybrid.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
so I'm getting you guys get the gist. And yeah, and there's the grime, the grease and grime, and the to be imagined stench on full display right there. What a screenshot! What a thumbnail! Okay, I'm taking this guy down. I don't like him.
Yeah, and all that sound advice that he is giving Rev. My God.
Okay, so there we go. We're back. We're back. Okay, so there you have it, you guys. I think we're gonna end this. And I'm going to close out with, we're going to make this song famous. And it's a hoot because I discovered that you could upload your own little sound clip now. Okay, media assets. Okay, you guys. Thank you for being here. We love every damn one of you. We have one watching now. Ooh. Okay, everybody, show up next Sunday. Meanwhile, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Do a kind thing. Start with you. We love you. Okay, bye. Shit, I clicked the wrong thing. There. Da, 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 da. I don't know the intro music. Both his hands are brown, and his face is gray, and his face is gray. He took Sharpie out for a walk on a winter's day, on a winter's day. He wished that he could win the lottery today, the lottery today. Lottery dreamin' on such a winter's day. He stepped into a 7-Eleven. He passed along the way, passed along the way. He saw a pretty girl beside the trolley bay, beside the trolley bay. He said, would you like to date me? If I ask you today, if I ask you today. She said, you gotta be joking. I just turned 14 today. Just turned 14 today.